Hi, I'm Lance with Street Bishops. You can find us at streetbishops.com, and this is another video on how to start your ministry. And today's subject is going to be on developing your first program. And this is a little bit different than the other chapter, which was on writing a basic plan. This one specifically speaks to the concept of taking things one bite at a time in your ministry. So what I mean by that is when we start a ministry, right? So we start from the ground up. We don't have any, we don't have a church. We don't have any kind of a ministry. We're just someone following where the Lord is leading us, and it's on our heart to do something to serve others, and then to eventually the end game is for them to come to know Christ. And we tend to have like a real broad view of ministry. And that broad view at the very beginning needs to be narrowed way down to a program, okay, a program. So that starting a new ministry and taking it little bites at a time will lead to much more success and organization than if you try to, do the whole thing at once. Say you've got 5 different programs you want to do. Let me give you an example. If your ministry is to young unwed mothers and fathers, there's a lot of things that you can do within that. You could do childcare, housing, job assistance. There's a lot of things that you can do to assist an unwed mother or father who are trying to play, mom and dad at the same time and work a job and all of that. And it can be very challenging. It can even prevent them from getting a job. So one of the things that you can do is when you're starting a ministry like that is you want to focus on one element of the ministry first. So you'll pick one, such as childcare. Now, childcare for young single parents who need it in order to have a job and to move forward in life and to get on their feet. It's a great service. We don't have enough of that in this country. It's very, very important, but it's very achievable, right? That one narrow slice. It's not the whole ministry. It's a program of the ministry, right? It's a program. Or say you wanted to do career assistance. Now, eventually you want to do childcare, and you want to do healthcare, and you want to do housing, and you want to do all those things, because keep in mind, we're developing relationship. And through our relationship with them, then they see the backdrop of Christ in our life, and then they will be led to know the Lord and to not just hear the words, accept Jesus, but actually see what happens to people's lives when they do follow Christ, because that's the greatest thing to draw somebody to want to become a Christian and to live a Christian life, is because they see the results in people's lives like you. So we take that one program, right, which may be career, and we write our plan, as we talked about in a previous chapter or previous video. We talked about writing that plan, and then going out and doing a little of it, and then reassessing and reworking that business plan, and then doing it some more. And you want to go through several iterations of that one program first, right? Nail down one program of your ministry first, and let it and feel comfortable with it, and like you really have a team to help you work on that, and you get this one program right. Then, based on that one program, you'll have learned so many lessons that when it comes time to do the next program, which will probably have its own donors, right? You don't want to starve one to feed the other. Here's this program that has its donors and its leaders, and you'll have the same advisors behind you, advising you on the next program. But as far as your volunteers and all of the elements that you use for your next program, ideally they would be new. They're going to be new volunteers, a new business plan, a new focus, a new this, a new that. It's another program of your ministry. So it's sort of like a hierarchy. You have the ministry up above with its mission, and then you have the individual programs are the thrust of what you're going to be doing. So don't mishmash these all together, because what will happen is you'll have a problem analyzing which ones are taking which money and which ones are effective and which ones are less effective and which ones are dragging you down. And so you want to be able to do each program separately with its own business plan, its own set of volunteers, its own resources, its own donors, if possible, because some will want to do several things. See, what will happen over time is that, I don't want to get ahead of myself with fundraising, but when it comes time for fundraising, once you want to be able to say at some point down the road, it might be a year or two, maybe not that long, but once you have one program, then you can say to your donors, hey, would like you to support this program. And then when you have a second program, because you have success in this one, or you don't have success and you move to this one instead, but eventually you'll be able to say to your donors, here's 3 programs. This one is for career success, this one is for childcare, and this one is for housing. And so which one of these would you like to contribute to, right? So when you're starting your ministry, you're going to start with your business plan with your first program, your program. So you select one program out of your overall ministry. Keep it very, very narrow, because what we want you to do is follow one program, and you'll be tempted to do these other things, but just tell people, well, we're not doing them quite yet. You don't say no, you can just say, we're just not doing that yet. Write down what people want so you have that information for later, but stick to your first program. Get success. Learn how to do budgeting, how to do analysis, how to do implementation. Learn how to do all of that in one program. Then when you're comfortable with that, as the leader, as a visionary, hopefully you have some volunteers to help sort of keep this thing going, while then on your time that you're not working on this program, you can begin filling out your vision and your business plan and everything else for your second program. And then after a while for your third program. That's where you're going to find success, is if you approach it programmatically, right? This program, this program, this program, different resources, different volunteers, not always, but it's nice if you can do it that way. And then you can analyze each program, and you may have 3 programs running and deciding that the second one is not quite meeting its objectives, or it's taking too many resources. For example, housing is horrendously expensive to do. That is by far the most complex and expensive ministry work there is to do, and that's housing. It's really difficult. So you may do a little bit of that as your second initiative and be like, whoa, we're going to stick to 1 and 3 because number 2 is just dragging us down. So approach your new ministry programmatically. Now, if you need more advice on this, you can come to streetbishops.com. We've been doing this for 20 years, advising ministries and getting started. If you don't have ordination, then we'll be happy to appoint you there and get you your ordination. We'll give you advanced training or whatever you need. You can come to us, and especially to me, this is what I do, and I'll help you get your ministry up and going, okay? So until the next video, this is Lance, and I love you. Jesus loves you. Now let's get to work showing others how we love them and through relationship can bring them to Christ. See you again soon. So I want to thank you for coming by and watching this video today. Please be sure to click on the subscribe button below if you're watching this on YouTube. And I want you to also mark the bell so you get notifications. If you're watching this video somewhere else, head on over to YouTube, to Street Bishops, that channel, and go ahead and subscribe while you're there so that you can get additional videos. And you can come by our Facebook page at Street Bishops. And so we just want to connect with you and hear from you often. You can also write to me at secretary@streetbishops.com. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.